E L L L. Hello! How are you doing today? Remember our last class on etiquette, manners, sexuality education, and all of that? Yes, today we have another topic. Before we go into today's topic, I would like to ask you what you learned from last week, from the last class. What did you learn from it? Remember, we talked about what etiquette means, we talked about why it's important, and we gave a little real life situations that can help you understand why etiquette is really of great importance. And I also remember giving you a task, right? You remember everything. Beautiful, beautiful. If you remember everything, roll it, and let it go. You are great. Now, if you are seeing this video for the first time, seeing this channel for the first time, welcome. Welcome to Manners, Poise, and More. Welcome to Character Building Club. This is a channel that teaches you how to grow from a good child to a good and responsible adult. You are going to be learning everything about manners, about sexuality education, about leadership, and you are going to be building healthy characters. You're going to learn about etiquette. Everything that will help you grow from a good child to a responsible adult is what we will be doing here. And my name is, remember my name, right? From last week. Okay, or from the last class, whenever you saw the last video. Yes, my name is Enimie Uruebo. We have a very beautiful topic today we are going to learn from again. It's something you already know, something you already do, something you are used to already. Your mom, your dad, or people around you, your teachers would have reminded you once or twice, or they would have told you why you need to. But hey, you are still here to learn more. So that, remember we said you share so that you can teach your friends, you can also share with your friends. And remember, I gave you a task last time. I said, share this link and tell your friends about it. When you do that, it makes you awesome. And when you don't do that, it makes you selfish. Because only selfish people don't share what they have. And I know you are not selfish, are you? Nah, you are not. Okay, it's good to be here again. We are going to learn about greetings. Yes, and we are using our book, Manners, Poise, and More, Book 3, Lesson 1, all about greetings. Yes, and we also have extra materials we'll be using to learn more about greetings. Okay, so let's read quickly from the book. Greeting is a way of letting other people know that you're around. It is also a show of respect. The first proper thing to do when you see someone is to greet. Yes. The very first thing you should do whenever you meet a person is greet. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, bye-bye. Hello, hi. There are different ways we greet. Let's talk about why is greeting important. Who can tell me why greeting is important? Can you try? Try. Try, let's hear you then clap for you. Try. Try, let's hear you then clap for you. Try, let me hear. Why is greeting important? Okay, so this is what we are going to do. Whenever I ask you a question, you just write it down. So whenever I give the answer, you compare to what you have, and if your answer was correct, or you ask your mom, your dad, your teacher to compare the answers, and if they say your answer was right, what do you do again? You roll it up for yourself. Roll it, and let it go. You are great. Yes. So if they say your answer is good, you roll it for yourself and you high yourself a big, ginormous 5. Like this, high five. Yes, you high yourself 5 like this, high five. Good. Interesting. So let's go. We're talking about why is greeting so important. I think your mom and your dad or your teacher would have asked you, reminded you to greet a couple of times. Oh, Mr. Rebel, greet. You just forgot to greet. Sometimes adults even ask you, can't you greet? It can be so embarrassing, right? I know. Yes, when they ask you, can't you greet? And you are wondering, why don't they just remind me to greet? They can just say, oh, greet. Or why is even a big deal to greet? I forget to greet, so why is it a big deal? Yeah, sometimes we feel that way. So today, it's all about greetings and why they are important and the proper way to greet and how different people across the world greet. So I asked you, why is it important to greet? You remember, right? Let's go. Just one reason, one importance of greeting. Okay, so you compare what you have and let's go. Firstly, greeting is a way of announcing your presence. Yes, you walk into a place, let's say you walk into your classroom and everyone is busy, they are engrossed in copying their notes or answering questions or something, and you just walk in. You go to take your seat. No one knows you're around, right? And your teacher start asking, Miss Rebel, where are you? Is she in class? Your classmates are even going to say, no, she didn't come to school today. Why? Because they didn't see you come in. So, but when you enter and greet, what happens? Everybody knows, oh, she's here now. And when your teacher comes in and says, where is Miss Rebel? Everybody is going to say, she just got in, she is sitting, she is there. Greeting announces your presence. I hope you got that. Okay, so just remember one time you entered your classroom and everybody was engrossed and nobody saw you. Remember that? Yes. So greeting announces your presence. Another reason we greet is because greeting acknowledges other people's presence. Yes. It acknowledges other people's presence. Someone greets you, you respond, you greet back. It shows that, oh, I see you. I know you are here. Welcome. You see that? Yes. So greeting acknowledges other people's presence. So when a person greets you, you greet them back. You respond to their greeting. That way, you are acknowledging their presence. Did you get that too? Beautiful. Another reason we greet is because greeting is an icebreaker. Yes. You walk into a place, everywhere is cold, no one wants to do the talking, no one wants to start talking. When you enter and say, hello everyone, good morning everyone, it makes it easy for everyone to start talking. And guess what again? Greeting can also be an act of kindness. Yes. Surprise? Yeah, I think it will be. Because there are some friends that are very shy. They don't like talking. They just keep to themselves. They don't even know how to start talking. They don't know how to make friends. So when you see them and you greet them, hello, it becomes easy for them to talk to you. That's an act of kindness. It becomes easy for them to talk because they are shy. You don't know what to do, how to start it, but when you greet them, it becomes easy for them to also talk to you. So greeting can also, you greeting others can also come as you are a kind person. And greeting also makes you friendly. Like I just said, it becomes easy for friends to talk to you. You become accessible when you greet. People just know that you are not just a stone cold. Nah, that you are actually friendly, you are warm, you are receptive. That's what happens, how people feel, the impression you give people when you greet. And again, greeting is generally perceived as a sign of respect. Yes, people say, oh, he's well mannered, oh, she's a good girl, just because you greeted. And you always want people to see you as well mannered and well behaved, right? I know that. So you should always, always, always remember to greet. And finally, greeting helps you make a good first impression. Like I said, people know that you are well mannered, you're respectful. You just have that impression that you are well mannered, you are respectful, you're accessible, you are charming when you greet. You just make a good first impression. Remember, first impression matters a lot. Impression simply means how people see you, how they perceive you, how they view you, what they think about you. And most times when you greet, people just conclude that you are well behaved, you are respectful, you are well mannered. Anytime I see my friends, I love to say hello. H-E-L-L-O, H-E-L-L-O, H-E-L-L-O. I love to say hello. H-E-L-L-O. Hello. I know now you know why greeting is so important. Now you know why it is important to greet. The first proper thing you do is to greet. So let's go back to our book again. It says the first proper thing to do when you see someone you are meeting for the first time of the day, someone you know, someone who is related to you, someone who is your friend, or someone you know already who you're familiar with. You are seeing them after a break. A break could be the night is a break. You saw them last saw them yesterday. You are seeing them this morning. It could be you saw them in the morning. You're seeing them in the afternoon, or you saw them last saw them in the afternoon. You are seeing them in the evening. Now, the first proper thing to do is to greet. What is the first proper thing to do? Yes, greet. The first proper thing to do always after a break is to greet. Don't forget that. Now let's talk about the proper way to greet. Steps for when you are greeting. Steps for when you are greeting. The first thing you want to do when you are greeting is to walk closer to the person you are greeting. Move closer to the person you are greeting. You don't want to yell your words from afar and the person will not hear you. No. So the first thing you want to do is to walk closer to the person you are greeting. Or if you are doing something and someone is walking by, someone you know you want to greet, you pause. You pause. That's the first thing to do. You either walk closer or you pause what you are doing. The second thing you want to do is to smile. I put a smile on my face, I put a smile on my face, I put a smile on. You know how to sing the song, right? I don't know how to sing the song. I know that the whole world smiles right back at you. This whole world smiles like right back at me. So the next thing you want to do is to wear a smile. So when you greet, you wear a smile. You don't want the person thinking you are being forced to greet. You don't want the person thinking that you are just greeting out of obligation. Let me just greet. No. You want them to know that you genuinely understand why you are greeting, and that is why you are greeting. So you wear a smile. A beautiful smile like mine. Isn't my smile beautiful? Thank you. I knew you said yes, so thank you. So the next thing you want to do is to smile. Now the third thing you want to do is to make eye contact. Yes, it's always important that you make eye contact when you are in a face-to-face conversation with someone. Whether you are greeting someone, you are talking to someone, you just make eye contact. So when you are greeting, you make eye contact. Look at the person's eyes. Yes. Making eye contact is very important. It shows respect, it shows you are paying attention, it shows you are bold, you are confident. So you must always make eye contact. We'll talk about eye contact, confidence, body language in another time, another video, another time when I'll come to teach you again. So the next thing you want to do is to make eye contact. Yes. You want to maintain good body posture when you are greeting. Carry your body very well. Maintain good body posture. Another thing you want to do is to use your words. Greetings have vocabulary. You don't go train your words or just murmur or something. You use your words. Use your words. Use your greeting language to greet. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, hello, hi, how are you? You use your words in your greetings. And then you want to be audible. Audible means to speak out and you are heard. When you're greeting, you are audible. You don't say, good morning. No. You greet, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, hello. You are audible. That is the next thing you want to do when greeting. And the last thing you want to do is you want to wait for a response. Yes. That way you are sure you were heard. If you just greet good morning and walk by, you don't know if you were heard or not. So you just wait a bit for a response. Good morning, sir. With a smile. You wait for a response. And the person says, how are you? And you say, oh, I'm fine. Thank you, sir. And when someone says, how are you, when you are greeting, it's not necessarily asking about, have you eaten? Or are you feeling okay? How are you can also be a way of greeting. So when someone asks you, how are you? You simply say, fine, I'm doing well. Thank you, sir, or thank you, ma'am. We are going to talk about titles another time. That way you know how to greet according to titles, greet by titles and other aspect of greetings, because greeting as a topic is elaborate. Yes, is elaborate. So what have you learned already? Let's go. Tell me what you have learned already. So I've taught you that greetings, I've taught you the importance of greetings, right? Makes you friendly, breaks the ice, announces your presence, announces your presence, acknowledges the presence of others, and all of that. I've talked to you about, I've shared that with you already, and I've also shared steps to greeting. I've also shared steps to greetings. So I'll talk about another thing about greeting, but before we get there, let's read our book some more. Okay, again, we said the first proper thing to do when you see someone is to greet. I said that before, that the very first thing you do when you meet someone is greet. Do not wait to be reminded to greet. No, don't wait for your mom to say, have you greeted? Or can't you greet? Or for someone to say, some adult can say, didn't you see me? Oh, it can be so embarrassing. Don't wait for someone to remind you to greet. So always always keep your greetings handy. Always keep your greetings what? Always keep your greetings what? Yes, fantastic. Keep your greetings handy. Be quick to greet. Be quick to greet. You greet anyone. They could be adults, age mates, or even younger ones. You should greet everyone depending on the time of the day. Absolutely. You greet everyone, anyone, depending on the time of the day. So now, there's a particular way to greet. Yes. Greeting, it depends on who you are greeting. Whether you are greeting someone older than you, someone your mate, or someone younger than you. It also depends on when you are greeting, the time of the day. whether you are greeting in the morning, in the afternoon, or in the evening. And they will also have where you are greeting. Yes, greeting has culture. Yes, because everyone doesn't greet the same way. People from different parts, different ethnic groups, they don't greet the same way. For example, I am a Nigerian. In Nigeria, we have 3 major ethnic groups. And these ethnic groups don't greet the same way. We have some ethnic groups that squats when they greet. We have some that genuflect when they greet or prostrate when they greet. We have some that just greet with a handshake. And all over the world, in some countries, they also have different ways of greeting. We have some countries that greet with a bow, like this. We have some countries, they greet with a bow, but when they are greeting, the younger person lowers the head, lowers more, like this. We have that. We have countries where they greet with kisses, like this, on the cheek. We have some they greet once on the cheek. We have some they greet only on one side. We have some they greet more than once on the cheek. Different countries. We have some countries that greet by sticking out their tongue, the tip of their tongue, like this. Did you see that? That's their way of greeting. Yes. So it can be shocking when you go into a place and you see people kissing or sticking out their tongue. And that was the experience of someone in book 5. The first time he was greeted with a kiss on the cheek, it was embarrassing because where he came from, they only greet with a handshake like this, a firm handshake. So many countries or many people or many cultures, they accept a firm handshake. So when someone offers you a handshake, you shake firmly. You let them know that, yes, I've learned to greet and I know that I should make my handshake firm. So what have you learned about greeting today? Anytime I see my friends, I love to say hello. H-E-L-L-O, H-E-L-L-O, H-E-L-L-O. I love to say hello. H-E-L-L-O. Hello. So what have you learned today? Let me hear what you've learned. Now there is something I want you to run with, to take, to share with your friends. Remember I said the other time that anytime you learn something, the proper thing for you to do is to share. If you do not share what you've learned, that makes you selfish. If you don't share what you learn, that makes you selfish. So you want to share with your friends. You want to let them know that the proper thing to do all the time, the first thing to do when you meet someone is to greet. So tell your friends that the proper thing to do when you meet someone is to greet. So when you go back to school, you see your friend, you tell your friend that I learned something new yesterday and it's not so new, but I was reminded that the first proper thing to do all the time when I meet someone is to greet. And you just don't greet people older than you, you also greet people your age and even people younger than you. Know that. And in this part of the country, in Nigeria, there are ways you greet. You simply greet older people by saying good morning, ma'am, for the women, and good morning, sir, for the men. Then for your peers, your mates, you can just say hello, hi, or even how are you. And for younger ones, you can also greet them hello, hi, or even how are you. You can also greet your mates by saying good morning. But in this part in Nigeria, where we are making this video from, if you greet older people by not putting sama or their titles or their name, they are going to think you are rude. You know that, right? They will think you are rude. So if you see someone saying good morning, They may think you are rude. What happened to the sir? What happened to the ma? If you see someone older than you, an adult, and you say hello, they will think you are rude. If you say hi to an adult, they will so think you are rude. So in this part, when you greet adults, respect them by putting sir or ma when you greet them. But with your mates, you don't have to put sir or ma, just straight away and greet them, hello, hi, good morning, and that is fine. And for younger ones, the same thing. Hello, hi, good morning is also fine. And also remember that when someone asks you, how are you after greeting, the person does not necessarily want to know how you are doing. It's a way of greeting. So you greet an adult, good morning, ma'am, and she says, how are you doing today? Your response should be, I'm fine, thank you. I'm doing well, thank you. And not telling them how you ate your big bowl of chicken, how you have a headache, how you're not feeling well, and not all of that. So let me ask you again, what have you learned today? Let's go back to our book. Again, the first proper thing to do when you meet someone is to greet. Don't forget that when you meet someone after a break. Remember I told you that a break can be over the night. You've not seen them since last night. It can be you saw them in the morning. This is the afternoon now. You're seeing them again. That is a break. So you greet. Don't always forget to greet. Don't wait to be reminded to greet. Be the first person to greet all the time. Remember, it helps you make a good first impression. You can greet anyone. You should greet anyone. Adults, your age mates, or even younger kids. You greet everyone depending on the time of the day. Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening. When they are your friends, you could simply say hello or hi. Saying good morning is a manner you should always remember quickly. Remember, I said keep it handy. Yes, remember it quickly. You are polite and well-mannered when you remember to greet. I said that, yes, making good impression. Do not be reminded to greet. So we have more that you can read. We also have an activity for you in the book, Manners, Poise and More, book 3, that will help you remember to greet. So tell your mom, your dad, or your teacher to get you Manners, Poise and More so that you can read and know about your manners. Anytime I see my friends, I love to say hello. H-E-L-L-O, H-E-L-L-O, H-E-L-L-O. I love to say hello. H-E-L-L-O. Hello. Are you ready? I was born ready. Are you ready? I was born ready. Ready for what? Ready to learn. Ready for what? Ready to learn. Amazing. Roll it and let it go. Roll it and let it go. You are great. Thank you for joining me today. My name is Eninye Orebo.